Welcome to the How Did Show, where interesting people answer the questions, how did I get here? And how in the hell did I get here? With your host, Donovan Corneets.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of the How Did Show. And we got a real good one for you this time. Not that any other times they were bad, but you know what I'm talking about. This one is definitely going to be dope. So let me tell you about my guest today. My guest is an accomplished actor, comedian, and social media influencer. Now, with all this, he's best known for being an incredible gospel singer and recording artist, famous for his R&B Gospel remixes and original songs. Showcasing his talents for humor and entertainment has helped him reach a following of over 200,000 followers across social media. So y'all, show some love for my dog, Prince Ty, in the house. What's going on?
What's up? What's going on, Donovan?
Man, I'm doing great. How are you?
Man, I'm out here living. It is a new year. I'm over COVID, so I'm just trying to live and be great in this 2022. You feel me?
I feel you, man. Hey, glad you made it through.
Yes,
I've been like one of the few people I've managed to get out of it unscathed so far, man. I haven't had any positive tests yet, so we just gonna hopefully keep that going.
I hear that.
But no, I'm glad you made it through, man. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm really excited to have you on. Yeah, man, I'm a fan of your work, so this is a really cool experience for me.
Oh man, and likewise, I'm a fan of yours. So, interesting story. I met you watching Andrew Caldwell. I watch his stuff religiously. He's hilarious to me. But I saw you on there, and I was like, let me check him out. So I'm like a super fan now. So I just want to give you your flowers because man, you're out here killing it. So
oh man, thank you so much. I will take those flowers, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, man, we're gonna jump right into this thing. This is called the How Did Show. So the first question is you answering the question, how did I get here? So how did you become the Prince Ty that we all know and love?
Ooh, all right. So I probably say I've always been the Prince Ty, but I say I got my start in church. You know, that shouldn't be a shock to anyone, but I grew up in a small church, super small town. So I've seen, it's not that I saw a lot of things, but I saw it so much of the same thing. So it's almost internalized. So it's like a part of me. So, you know, over the years, I started getting really into acting and kind of chorus and singing and piano. And I started dabbling in like script writing and stuff this is like 13, 14. So I just took a love to it. Like fine arts is my passion. So I took a liking to like instruments and, you know, I dipped chorus for a good bit and picked up instruments. And then kind of went back to singing after I graduated college. So it's pretty cool how all of those gifts and all kind of came full circle. But, you know, after college and that search for my first like full-time big boy job, I spent those 4 months on social media, and those 4 months changed my life.
Yeah.
They really did. So I started, my first thing was doing like Maya Angelou impersonations. And then that evolved into the Drake covers. I turned his songs into like gospel covers. And then from there, it's like I introduced Mother Gladys. And then by then I was like, okay, got an audience. Let me let them know I can sing. So I started kind of really taking it seriously more so, and then trying to promote my music. So it's kind of been interesting to kind of see how both my fine art singing and all of my gifts kind of have worked in my favor as I guess now you call me an influencer. Mode now. So it's pretty cool.
No, that is cool. And I mean, it's always amazing to me when people find like a pathway for their talents. And like you have numerous talents. Like you're definitely more than just like one or two trick pony for sure. So since it is obviously a very popular character, this Mother Gladys. So let me know, like, who is Mother Gladys based on? Where did that character come from? And where in the world are you getting like the costume stuff from? I need to know this.
I'll start with the costume first. So it started as an 80s costume with my Georgia State undergrad robe. So the chains were necklace. I put the gold chains around the glasses. The glasses were the 80s glasses, and the afro came with it. So over time, I was like, well, you know, she's old, so let's give her a great wig. Let's change her. robed to white because she's pure and unscathed. So she
Of
needs
course, of
something,
course.
something white. And I say she needs a gold, thing to match her gold chains. So, but Mother Gladys, that character is a combination of, oh my gosh, she's a combination of a few women from my church. I know my mom is one. An element of my grandmother's, a minister from my old church, just a combination of different people. You've got your one that's just saved and is by the book and is just going to
Right.
almost talk to you like she's always mad. That's a person. Then you have the other person that's just going to call you out no matter what you're doing. You're never doing nothing right. And then the
Yeah.
one that just is always shouting and doing that all the time. So
Right.
it's just
Always filled with the spirit.
if Mother Gladys, if all those people could be one person, that's who they would be.
Okay. So like how did that turn into like an actual character? When did you think like, all right, let me put this out there, this kind of all of these people that's part of my upbringing, let me put them all into one person? What was that thought process like?
I think it started with like so kind of back to before I moved to Atlanta and all that in my childhood, I used to write plays for my church. So every summer they kind of started off pretty small, but then it kind of became the community thing.
Okay.
So doing that, and I think just kind of setting the stage for it and kind of knowing what people like and what makes them laugh, I think kind
Right.
of gave me a bit of an edge when I took it to social media, and just creating that character and consistency. It's crazy how you hear people, they might have a video that goes really well, but then they kind of drop off for a few
Right.
because they don't have consistent content. So
Right.
I think over time people are used to seeing it, they enjoy it. And a character like Mother Glad, I put her in kindergarten classes. She's been in cooking shows. She's been somewhere everywhere. So it's a character that can have multiple
Yeah.
possibilities. On taking someone that saved anywhere is going to be funny. So
Yeah,
it just
absolutely.
works.
No, that's believe me, that is definitely funny and mission accomplished. Especially being able to be consistent with it. But yeah, you put a character like that in any setting, it's just a recipe for laughter. Because I remember like I grew up part of my childhood in like a Baptist church where it's like, oh man, like children's church Bible study at like whatever 7:30 in the morning, and then go up to like regular church at like 10, and then you're there to like 2. But it felt like you were there for 12 hours, and
Yeah.
all the deacons, deaconesses, and everybody were all just characters. And I remember seeing that like, and I realized I wasn't even, after a while, I'm like 8, 9, 10, 11 years old. I'm not even paying attention to what they're saying. I'm just like, this lady is wilding out. And why does she always have strawberry candies? And why does this person, like, it's just, you start realizing the different characters. So good for you for like taking that and putting it into something that you can kind of share with the world, man, and that people are responding to. Were you surprised by how well the character was received?
Absolutely. I'm a little too surprised because I had to really work hard for people to take me seriously as a singer, as an artist.
Right.
Because I was like, every time I post something, where's Mother Gladys? I was like, okay, well, thank you. I
Excuse me.
appreciate that. Like clearly I've done the work on that side, but I need
Right.
y'all to take my music seriously too. So it's bittersweet, but it never expected it. Never
Yeah.
expected that. And just the they love the character, and it's just the outpouring of it is something. It's like, well, usually, people struggle for content, but if people are telling you what they want and you don't do
Yeah.
it, that's
Give them
kind
what
of
they
on you
want.
at
Right.
that point. Yeah.
Yeah. So taking it from the character of Mother Gladys to Prince Ty, the singer. So, with starting out with the remixes, obviously to kind of get some visibility, right? To kind of get in with a song that people are already familiar with, but then give it a gospel twist, right? So how did that turn into you doing some like original songs and then those being received? Because you have, of course, now it's escaping me the name of the song, but the Woke Up This Morning,
Oh
got out
yeah.
of bed, right? So
Yep.
that song like is now people are using it as their audio and like lip syncing to it and using it on their content, TikTok. So what was that like going from like, you know what, I'm going to try these R&B remixes to now I'm going to put original songs out to now like your songs have become memes or parts of memes?
Right. It's crazy. It's insane. And the thing people don't realize, like that song Another Blessing, I did that in 2017. So it's like for me, that just kind of again, it's full circle. It's like, man, it's like talent and music is timeless. You know, if
Yeah.
something I think done right and done genuine, I think, it's just a matter of time when it happens. Uh, but I think it's a strategy that, I
Right.
mean, for me, that's strategic marketing. I went to school for business, so, and my master's for business. So,
There you go. Use that
it's,
degree.
yeah, it's good content, but you really got to think about it. It's like you take something that's familiar to somebody and you give it a twist and you put it out there and you do it enough. I was like, well, one of these are going to catch, but if they don't, I say these are I'm going to give myself credit. So then you see these people like Kanye West and his choir, they're doing the same thing.
Right.
And it's like, so, I'm not saying I started it or anything, but
I'm not saying I started the whole thing. I'm just saying I'm not saying I
yeah,
didn't.
the trend is there. The trend is
Yeah,
popular now. So it is strategic. It gets people anticipating, what his original music sound like. So
Right.
then, and I think sometimes, and it's the same thing. So I have a strategy I took this time where I kind of just took little snippets of YouTube instrumentals and just posted them to see what they would do, and all of them did well. So I was like, well, wouldn't it be probably the smart thing to do full versions and
Right.
drop an EP? So, that's where I'm kind of going with my thinking. But it is super crazy to kind of, I'm scrolling on Instagram and I'm hearing myself. I was like, whoa,
Wait a
that's
minute, that's me.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild. I said a little tag with credit will be, even better. But
You know
hey,
what? That's an ongoing thing with creators. It's like, can
yeah,
I at least get a little credit, please?
dang,
Use my stuff. But
come
no, I mean, I
on.
guess part of that is kind of humbling, and like, I appreciate that you love my stuff, but can a brother get some credit, please, so
Right,
that other
right.
people know where this came from? I got you. So, actor, right? Comedian. You've done some work in the church, obviously. You have recording artists, you have social media influencer. If you had to choose one of them and you couldn't
Ooh,
do any of the other, which one would you pick and why?
yikes.
Yeah, I asked the tough questions here on the How Did Show, man.
Mm. Which one would I choose? Would I choose? I think I'd choose the artist, like the recording artist.
Recording artist, singer, yeah.
And here's why. I was thinking about this the other day. I think I do music for me. I think so. I feel like it'll be double purpose. It'll heal me, help me,
Yeah,
and
be
then I feel
fulfilling
like
for
it'll be
you.
able to help someone else. And I think you can give, music is timeless. I think you can is flexible. You can really make it. I just released the Afrobeats gospel song, so you can do really
Yeah.
anything with it. I think, and be creative. You can even, I can put Mother Gladys on the track and still get
Yeah.
across, the message. So I think, I think I could find creative ways to just be an artist and still sneak in the other ways if I wanted to,
So
the
you're gonna
gifts.
cheat a little bit, sneak
A
in
little
some of the
cheating.
little, okay.
Can't help it.
But look, that's a really good answer. I mean, and I think that's definitely a really smart way to do it, because that will still open up other avenues for you. And like you said, if you're doing it for yourself, because the social media stuff, yes, you can have some enjoyment, but sometimes it's like, all right, I need to put this out for my followers. I need to put this out for them. But the music
Right.
is for you. And when it's that genuine thing, I think that's what people kind of that's what they get attached to. That's what they connect with. The
Mhm.
genuineness of it and it being real. So good answer, man. Good
See?
answer. So with all of that you have going on, I know you had like the school thing going on and the masters and all that. So good for you on all of that. So what is next for Prince Ty?
What's next? It's multi-tiered. I say, for as far as music goes, I'm dropping an EP this year. Can't tell you when, not because it's a secret. I just don't know
Don't know
when
yet.
yet.
Okay, that's cool.
It's still in progress, but at some point in 2022. I know as far as professionally, I think I'm pretty good. I'm a technology nerd in real life, so that's going pretty steady. But I really
Okay.
want to get more in. I want to get back to like acting, like legitimate acting. As far I used to do a stage play when I moved, and instead of writing them every summer, I used to perform in a stage play every summer just to
Okay.
keep myself sharp. Meet different people, kind of see how different directors write and things like that. So I want to get back to really acting, kind of doing that. I want to get back to my pre-pandemic weight. That's a
Hey, look,
that's a
everybody's
super
struggling with
short-term
that.
goal.
Yeah.
Man, it got me. It got me late, but it got me.
Yeah. I've been working out with a trainer recently to drop some weight, man, because it was like, all right, this done got out of hand, dude. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, what are you doing? Like, where did I buy this mirror? This mirror is a damn lie. Nope, the mirror ain't lying, it's me. So
I'm
yeah,
looking for
believe me, I
clothes
know
I never
all about.
lost.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang.
Yeah, come on now. But no, I believe me, I get that. And that's good, man. I definitely I see it being successful for you no matter what you do, because everything so far, I mean, has been a success. So I mean, I can't say like, you know what? I don't know if you should really look into the acting thing. I say go for it, man.
Yeah.
Do it, man. But no, thank you so much for sharing that. And I think it's really interesting to kind of see, how you got to where you are, where the characters came from, where the songs come from. So that means now it's time to spin
The Wheel of What?
So we're gonna bring this thing out right here.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna bring this bad boy out. So we're gonna spin the wheel, and whatever it lands on, you got to answer. All right.
Okay.
All right. Let's do this. All right. So that's like right on hidden talent. Do you have a hidden talent that you can share with the wonderful people of the world?
I alluded to it earlier, but I could do a pretty good Maya Angelou impersonation
Oh
on
my
Black
goodness.
History Month.
I got it. I got to hear this now.
Yes, because when someone shows you who they are, you believe them. Because still I rise, and I know why the caged bird sings.
My goodness.
So
Round
I've been
of
doing
applause.
that. That's how I got my start. I used to do story time with Maya Angelou with the book. I'd open the book and just read a rap lyric, and she just read the lyric, and that'll be it for 6 seconds.
Really?
It took off. I was like, man, it don't take much for people. I was like, if I could just give someone a laugh, that's all right.
You know what? Not to put that you may have started something else, but there is someone, I don't remember the name, but there's someone that's very popular for doing Maya Angelou, like reading rap lyrics right now.
There's a few things, people out there that seem to have just come up with ideas that were
I'm
done
just
7 years
saying,
ago.
it's a very good, don't get me wrong, it's a very good impersonation.
It is.
It's high quality, but I'm like, okay, you might have heard this before. Now we know. Yeah. I'm just saying, we stacking up a couple of things. This man's an innovator.
You gotta give, I was like, hey, just I don't want you gotta shout me out. Just give me a little tag. That's all.
Just tag me in it, bro.
You ain't gotta tag me, just put in parentheses.
Yeah, just something.
A
little bracket, little hashtag, something.
Yes.
I feel that's high quality. So I hope everybody realizes you got a treat right there. So yes, for the second part of the show is for you to answer the question, how in the hell did I get here? So this is a question where you answer by telling a story about, something that happened to you or someplace you ended up that was completely out of your comfort zone and made you ask yourself that, like, what in the world? How did I get here? So what is your story?
All right, got a good one. So and this is like 2014. I was working my first job out of college, and they sent me to Brazil, Sao Paulo, by myself. Got to the airport, got to Sao Paulo, made it to the hotel just fine. So now it's Monday morning, and I looked up the address on Google Maps before I left, even the United States. I was like, all right, ready to go, get to the place. And I don't see anyone that remotely looks like anyone that I've ever seen in my life that I work with. So I'm like, okay. And they all speak Portuguese. Let me add that as well. So I'm walking down the street. I'm just like trying to say English. They're like
somebody can't help you.
Okay. So I just I walked the same street up and down. I just went inside until I was like, well, someone has to speak English. So I walked into this skyscraper, went to the lobby, and I was like, English. They said, yes, there's an English class upstairs on the 22nd floor. So I ride up this 22 floors of elevators and get to this class where their English is horrible and they still can't understand what I'm trying to say. So someone managed to get somebody on a telephone and they told me that I was 45 minutes away from my actual office. So then I'm just calling everybody, you know, they're on the other side of town. I'm like, and it's 10:30. I've wasted 3 hours of the day. I'm like, they think something happened to me. So I call him, and the man, he's like, just go back to the hotel and I'll come pick you up. I was so embarrassed. So for the rest of my time there for 2 weeks, he picked me up and took me home.
He didn't trust you on your own like a little kid.
He didn't trust me. I was like, well, dang. So was how in the world did I get here? That was my story.
So you ended up going up and down the same street 45 minutes away from where you're supposed to be. How in the world did you mess those directions up? But was it Google's fault? Are we blaming Google Maps?
I gotta take the L for that. I can't even blame Google. That was on me. Trying to read Portuguese street signs. That was on me.
Oh, I see. Okay. So I mean, did you at least, I mean, it seems like you had learned that one street. You knew that one street inside and out.
Oh, I knew that. And I knew exactly where the restaurants were. I said, if you want something to eat, just a few blocks from the hotel.
Yeah. And then there's this English class. So what kind of English are they teaching in there? Because obviously
I have no clue. I think it was like basic English. These were adults. And I'm like, okay. I was so excited. I was like, okay, finally. The accent told a story. I was like, okay, well, good try.
Yeah.
We'll start. I tried to think of
still don't know where the hell to go.
Yeah, I was like, what are the shortest words I can use and the least amount of words that I could just get a point across? And I was like, help.
Yeah. like if I write it, is it any better? Like you can't read it either. Yeah, man. I can see how that would be kind of stressful, let's say, to be just trapped. And yeah, you know what? It ain't like a lot of like other countries, you know, thankfully, maybe you were in a safer part of town. It could have been a street you got caught on that might not have turned out so good. So
I was paranoid. They're like, yeah, be careful for pickpocketers and people who will steal your wallet and mug you. I'm like, okay. So that's all going through my mind. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna get mugged.
Oh, we get mugged, but I need to get to work.
Like I said, I know I look lost. I know they know I'm a tourist.
So when you actually got the ride, I mean, were you in there thinking like, wow, I was way off?
Yes, he got in there. He was like, "Yeah."
How you get here?
He's like, "You didn't even." But he's like, "You didn't even get off on the exit." I was like, "Okay, yeah, I didn't even know."
Wow. You know what? That's a good one. That's definitely a good story. I know I would be like, all right, Donovan, how the hell? Like, let me go back to what did I? So yeah, man. At least you made it through. So you had to get a babysitter a little bit, but it didn't trust you. But it's all good. You made it. But yeah, man, thank you so much for being on the show. Hope you had a good time with me. I know I had a good time talking to you. But before we let you go, let us know what you got going on that you can plug, you know, and then let the people know how they can find you and follow you, interact with you on social media.
All right. Well, right now, currently have two current singles. One is Another Blessing. You can go check that out, the version I have, which has the proper mechanical licensing. And Come By Here, written and co-written and produced by Rudy Currents. Great guy. So coming up, got that EP coming this year. I graduate on May 4th. At 9:30 a.m. Yes, ready for that. And you can find me all across social media. That is TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook at Prince Ty and or Tabernacle.
Tabernacle. I see what you did there.
Tabernacle. Oh yes.
Well, good, man. Best of luck to you with all the stuff you got going on. I'm sure the EP is going to be amazing if it's anything like everything else you got going on. And again, man, thank you so much for being on the show. And for all of you, thank you so much for watching. And we'll see you next time on The How Did Show. Peace.
Thank you.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me and having some fun as we interview some really, really interesting people. So go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, and be on the lookout for more episodes of The How Did Show.